Tonight on the 85 Grave Show, it's our Season 1 finale. In this episode, we discuss the 1985 cult classic and our show's namesake, Return of the Living Dead. We then head to Los Angeles, California to visit filming locations of the movie. Also, listen in for clues on what we have in store for 2020 when we kick off Season 2 with some new features and a surprise new series to supplement our regular show.
Return of the Living Dead is the story of a young man in Louisville, Kentucky named Freddie, who forgoes the party life of his friends by finding a job in a medical supply warehouse. During his first day of training, his supervisor and trainer, Frank, tells him the story of the film Night of the Living Dead.
After informing Freddie that the story was inspired by true events, Frank proceeds to tell Freddie that the chemical 2,4,5-trioxin, which caused the dead to reanimate, was originally developed by the Army. Frank then tells Freddie that due to an Army screw-up, some of the barrels containing corpses and the 2,4,5-trioxin were shipped to the warehouse and were in the basement as they spoke. While Freddie's punk rock friends party in the cemetery next door, awaiting him to finish work, Frank takes Freddie down to the basement to see the corpses and barrels.
While proclaiming the ruggedness of the barrels, Frank slaps the side of one, cracking a weld in the process and releasing the 2,4,5-trioxin. The chemical renders Frank and Freddie unconscious while subsequently reanimating a cadaver and some other animals in the warehouse. When Frank realizes what has happened, he calls their boss Bert to come and help remedy the situation.
Bert decides to pull a favor and ask Ernie, the mortician next door, to cremate the reanimated subjects. As this is done, the 2,4,5-trioxin is released as smoke, which is then intercepted by a rainstorm, driving the chemicals deep into the graves of the adjacent cemetery, at which point all hell breaks loose. Hey 85 Gravers, welcome back. I'm Lauren Blood.
I'm Bobby Blood.
All right, Season 1 finale.
Yeah, tonight's our Season 1 finale, Return of the Living Dead, which is basically our namesake.
Mm-hmm.
We say Season 1, we're going to start the new season, quote-unquote season. We're going to start that. I don't want to say when because it never happens when I say it will.
Next year.
Right?
Which is in a couple
we'll say
weeks.
next year. It'll happen next year. But we've got a lot of new things that we're going to start doing for the new season. We've got we're gonna start an all audio series. It's all true crime because we've loved doing those. Like our Razzle episode,
yeah,
and our Amityville Horror episode were both basically true crime episodes.
Yeah,
those were our favorite ones. You know.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with true crime podcasts in general. So.
Yeah, and she's great at it.
I'm
so
excited.
She's already writing the first episode out. It's gonna be awesome. So yeah, we chose Return of the Living Dead because that's what our whole podcast started from.
Yep.
That's where our name comes from. 85, because 1985 to me is the best year for horror films. Return of the Living Dead was a 1985 film, the perfect movie, I think.
It's pretty great, pretty killer.
Horror comedy. And then, of course, the 85 Grave comes from the lead song in the film, from 45 Grave, the Do You Want a Party song. So that's where the name, we've probably mentioned that before. And if it wasn't obvious enough, then all our posters are Return of the Living Dead mock-ups.
Right.
Yeah.
A little bit of a fan.
Yeah, so, yeah, we're really excited. It's only 2 days away from our first episode, which was Cat's Eye.
Damn, I can't believe it.
Yeah, we did that. We released it December 20th. I probably spent a week editing it because I did that one really crazy and that was really long.
We chose a 3-parter for our first episode.
It's the same thing I did with filmmaking. With I start out with like the worst shit you could do.
It was a good. Cat's Eye is still good. Check it out. But
yeah, it's cool. Like we still got a lot of people commenting and sending in questions about it and stuff. It's really cool. I knew something was weird. I couldn't hear myself. I don't have my headphones on.
Hey, I didn't even notice.
I didn't either. I was like, how come I can't hear anything?
All right, season 2, we're gonna be more consistent.
Yeah, we're gonna be more on the ball. Got the cameras together and stuff. That was a nightmare.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was
AKA
cool.
fun.
Right. Return of the Living Dead. Had you seen it before I made you watch it?
Yeah, parts of it back in the day.
Yeah.
But I think you're a little more obsessed with it.
Well, I saw it when I was a kid.
Yeah. Kind of like, I might have missed that boat, but then I kind of caught up.
Of course, my big brother got me into, like all the horror films I'm into. This is one of the first ones.
Coleman Cam.
Yeah,
We're going to do that.
Coleman Cam. So, another thing I wanted to talk about that we're going to start for season 2. Like it's been like 5 months since we've done an episode.
What have we been doing? Maybe they want to know.
Probably not.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I'll tell them. I know I complained about it last time and used the same excuse for. But seriously, since June we've been filming a feature film, so we've been very, very busy with that. Then I got it edited down. Then I started noticing some pickup scenes I needed, so that took more time. I was filming again. Yesterday or day before?
Yeah,
yesterday. Yeah. Just little tiny parts, but when you make a film and you lay it out and you actually see it, you'll find little parts that you need. And I've just been completely immersed in that. We did do one episode during filming. We did the Lost Boys episode. I have been getting some stuff done. Some episodes we have.
Yeah.
But mainly, even though we haven't been actually filming, we've been building and researching and writing.
And planning.
Planning for the next episodes. As you can see over to the right, we've built our own blockbuster video. I've always wanted to do that, and now I have a real excuse to do it.
Well, it's like in construction phase. It's not done yet.
It's not done because we still got to add all our VHS.
Well, right. Well, they can't see that part.
Yeah.
There's some you started over there.
I'll throw a camera up on it.
Yeah.
But that's going to be something that I won't say what, but that's going to be a big part of our season 2. We'll when we do the first episode, you'll see what I'm talking about, and then with the true crime ones, which again, those will be audio only. I'll still make videos; they'll just be slideshows. You just don't have to look at our faces when we do it.
Yeah, like come on, they don't always need to see us. But yeah, there'll be like photos and all that stuff.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get crucified if we don't start talking about the real movie.
Yeah, what are we doing? Yeah,
I know, people have probably already turned away.
Yeah, they're like, bye, just tuning out. No, we miss you guys. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll be back. We'll have more content for sure.
Definitely. We're going to really, really try to push more content this year. And we've done the things that we need to do to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I will film another movie next year, but I've done things through the studio that make it a little more easy, that I don't spend the whole day getting the production ready.
Right.
And then trying to do the podcast. Another thing, too, that I wanted to mention before we get into Return of the Living Dead, it's kind of like our year-end thing, too. So season 1 finale, our Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that crap.
Merry Krampus.
Yeah, but for a first year for our podcast, I mean, we didn't honestly, like, what was our plan? That we would be happy if we could get like 100 or 200 views per episode. That was our goal. I mean, that was like if after the first year we're getting like 200 views per episode, it was like we were going to be stoked. And it's been insane. Like, you know, we've had a couple of episodes break. Well, we had one, the one about Razzle. That one's up to, 240,000
Damn.
views. But even better than that is it has, I can't remember how many millions of minutes of view time and audio time on iTunes. Like, we've really, like, a lot of people have really responded. I mean, it's not like the show's not like a big hit. You know what I mean? It's not like one of those ones where people, no matter what you put out, like 500,000. We don't have a lot of subscribers yet either. We've got like a little over 4,000. But man, for 1 year.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you. That's like, like people have no idea how happy, how excited we was.
That's exciting.
Just for everything to take off, and it's been really cool. But man, all the places we've been. We went to Amityville. We went to the Redondo Beach. We went to all the Lost Boys spots. We've already gotten locations. The locations filmed for probably 6 more episodes. So this last 6 months, we haven't just been doing the film. We just haven't had a time to sit. And I can't really edit an episode while I'm editing the film.
Yeah, we're not totally slacking. We're working behind the scenes.
We've done more for the studio and more for the show in the time that we haven't done episodes, probably than the first, before we got started,
Who knows? Let's talk about Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, definitely. So, who was the director?
The director was Dan Obannon.
Dan Obannon, yes. It was supposed to be like we looked this up too. It's definitely a franchise of the Living Dead stuff, of the Living Dead franchise. And they had to get the rights for that, and there was some kind of issues with it. I remember my favorite part about what they said was that they didn't know, like the actors, they didn't realize it was supposed to be actually scary or actually funny. It's just kind of a perfect.
Yeah, they didn't know it was gonna blow up or be a cult classic.
Yeah, nobody
knows, I guess, at the time if it's gonna be a cult classic. But.
Yeah, but I think they especially did because they were all hungry and they were just all kind of new actors and actresses.
Yeah,
and,
one of the dudes I read was homeless when he got cast.
Yeah, that was.
Wow, my notes suck, but.
Yeah, the black kid with the Jerry curl looking hair. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. I know all these guys. Like I don't know him personally, but
right.
Like I know all of these characters.
We're assholes.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean, people know this movie.
Some people do. If you haven't seen this movie, if you have not seen Return of the Living Dead, 1985, if you have not seen that, if you take one piece of advice, please watch this movie. It's a classic. It's a beautiful, perfect
movie. You'll love
movie.
it.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't, you got to watch it.
I think you'll love it, and the soundtrack is pretty badass too.
Oh man, the soundtrack. That's what actually. I think that's what drew my big brother to the movie was the soundtrack, because there's TSOL, 45 Grave,
punk horror,
the Cramps. There's because he was really into punk rock back then. So that I'm quite sure that's what drew him. And I'll tell you another funny story. His favorite part, and I don't know if it was his favorite part, but the part that freaked him out was the part where the guy pulls himself into the crematorium.
Ooh.
And that song "Burn the Flames" comes on. That always freaked him out. And I'm not sure he my big brother passed away a few years ago, but I'm pretty sure he told me that he had a dream one time about that scene, and maybe it was him, but he said that he would never be cremated because of that scene.
Wow.
Yeah. He
that's crazy.
He was more afraid of that than anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's trippy. I didn't know this story.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever told you. I just kind of thought about it when you mentioned the soundtrack.
Wow.
So he he stood by that, See, I'm the opposite. I for sure want to be cremated.
You do?
Of course. Yeah. I definitely do.
Yeah.
Fuck
I don't know if I've made a decision yet.
Yeah, I know what I want.
And now the world, all of our 4,000 subscribers know.
The hundreds of people that will see this one.
Yes. So, we got to talk about that awesome documentary though that came out too.
Yeah, man. So that you bought me that. You bought me that I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago for my birthday or something.
Yeah, the actual DVD.
Yeah, the Return of the
It's called More Brains.
Yeah.
It came out in 2011.
2011. So we started researching that. I never look at the directors and see who's who, because I just don't really care about that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's just not, I just don't care. I don't know why. I just love the movies and
Yeah.
But I love that documentary. It's just so great. It's got all the cast of the film.
It's really good.
Or at least the ones that are alive. So we start looking at it, and Lauren says, hey, is Julie's husband, did he
direct it?
Did he direct? I'm like, what are you talking about? So Julie is one of the main characters in the movie that we just filmed, Hell Nurse. So she's a good friend of ours. She's married to Bill Philpott. I hope that's how you say his name.
Yeah,
Philpott.
That's how I say it.
Yeah, that's how it's spelled.
Oh, sorry if we massacred that.
I hope not. So, she's looking that up, and we're like, usually when people have done any kind of things, that's all they talk about, you'll know it, oh, hi, I'm Bob Vance Refrigeration. You know what I mean? Vance Refrigeration. That's how people usually are. So I would think that I would have known this about, especially she knows this is by far my favorite movie.
Right.
So I can't say that, but it's that and Repo Man are the only two movies I ever really talk about.
Repo Man.
So I would think she would have, I would have thought she would have said something, so we're researching. So I texted her, I was like, hey, did your husband, then she didn't answer, it's late. So finally we just looked up pictures and we're like, fuck, that is him.
That's crazy. Yeah. He does the Days of the Dead horror convention, really successful. It's awesome.
Yes, and that's another thing. You're going to see us at the Days of the Dead in Vegas this year.
Yeah.
So
I think that's March something.
March or April? March. It
Yeah.
is March.
So that'll be cool. That'll be really cool.
And that will probably be the first time that we screen Hell Nurse in Las Vegas.
Hell yes.
Probably. It's I'm shopping. I don't know if I should say shopping or negotiating distribution right now. So that's important. I was going to screen the film last year, like or this year in October.
Like Halloween, yeah.
Halloween. But I wasn't really ready. I wasn't really ready, first of all. And second of all, I found out that some of the bigger distributors, they want the option sometimes to do the premiere.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so hopefully we'll get to do that we'll definitely get to. I just don't know if that'll be the first time it's screened, but I'll probably make sure that's the first time it's screened in Vegas.
Yeah.
So
that'll be cool.
But yeah, Bill Philbin, he runs that
whole convention.
The whole convention.
They have an awesome toy store here in Vegas called Big Bang. It's awesome. They always have like cool signings.
Yeah.
That's actually where we met
Spalding.
Yeah.
Captain
and Mosley.
Yeah, Bill Mosley and
Sid.
Yeah.
So we got to meet them there at their Big Bang toy store. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of signings there. But yeah, it's cool when you just find out like some random shit. Like what?
I know. Like, and he's
so like humble and chill. Like I don't even know.
Like, he got to work with the whole cast of Return of the Living Dead. Like that. Like I would fucking lose my mind to do something like. I'm not ready for that yet.
Right. Like you would definitely tell people that.
Oh, I would.
I
would retire if I got to work with those guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not at that level yet. I don't think. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. But
that's just cool.
Yeah, but man, that's insane.
That's
like,
really
you got
cool.
to work with those guys and just have conversations, ask.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. Like in that. This wasn't part of More Brains, but the film location. So we always get the film locations for this movie. So in which I did. I went down, or we did. We went down to L.A. The problem is that most of that shit is gone. There's really nothing there. The cemetery was all dressed. They didn't do it in a studio. They did it on the lot. So where the Unita Medical Supply building is, which is now a private residence. So I'm up there filming that with the drone.
And they'll see all this on YouTube.
Yeah, you're going to see all that. And then some dickhead comes out with a camera and starts filming me, like, because people live in there. It's like a private residence.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Oh, my gosh.
I was almost done, too. And then it's like, okay, this guy wants to play games. So then I flew the drone down and flew it right by him. And he was getting all pissed off, I'm like, well,
Oh, my God.
Don't live in the building that was used in a famous movie if you don't want people over there taking pictures of it,
And now it's like a personal residence, or does it look like a building still?
I think on the video I saw where two of the actors were talking about it, they said somebody lived there at the time they filmed the movie as well.
Oh, okay.
And it was homeless people down on the street.
Okay. Because like we always say, like if you own the Goonies house, if you own these houses that have been in cult films, I don't know, like, be cool.
Do your research, man, because you're going to get crazy people like us that's going to show up. We're going to show up. So if you're going to buy a house like that, be ready for it.
Yeah.
Or get a different fucking house.
Yeah, there's like 20 other houses down the street. All right.
And this in California. California is all about,
Hollywood films, everything.
Yeah, and then,
get it together.
And most of the people there, like, they want, like, they don't want no borders. They don't want none of that stuff, But then you come to their neighborhood, it's like...
Well, they want a border then.
Yeah, then they want the borders.
The border.
Yeah, it's like, make up your mind, man.
So this movie, though, actually takes place in Louisville, Kentucky. That's the where it's supposed to take place, but it's filmed all in L.A.
So I made the mistake of letting some of my friends tell me, because you can't find everything online,
Right, of course.
So and I don't like to rely on things online. I don't like to try to find the same things everybody else can find. So I took it from some friends of mine that live in Louisville that told me, oh no, the cemetery where she did the dance on the grave is here. They shot that one scene here. But no.
Is that true?
It's not true. I scoured this fucking cemetery for a day and a half just trying to find anything that looked like anything. I mean, I'm walking around looking at clips of the movie or, from all the, and I couldn't find anything, and come to find out, no, it's not true. Not a thing was filmed there.
Oh my God.
I was in Louisville, I was there anyway, so it was okay, but and they don't know. So that's probably, and I didn't know this.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's probably why they thought it was filmed there. It just, the movie takes place. Remember that picture I took of the werewolf, the tree that looked like a werewolf?
Vaguely.
And that was the cemetery where they told me that a lot of that was filmed.
What were you doing there, on tour?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm always out. I'm always all over the place.
Why were you in Louisville? I have no idea. But anyway.
I think it was when I was driving home.
Oh, okay. The cross country thing.
Yeah. I can't remember. But anyway,
crazy.
And I already knew this. I already knew that the film, it was shot where the Unita Medical Supply building is. That cul-de-sac right there, that is where they filmed a big majority of the film. So of course the inside stuff was on a sound stage. Mm-hmm. But where that UPS is, right there, like in the end of that cul-de-sac, that's where they built the cemetery. It was all fake. Mm-hmm. And then inside the cemetery where she did the dancing and all that was all actually in Sylmar. Oh, okay. So, but where they filmed that at, where it was actually at, where the cemetery was, it was like an old olive tree like field, and it's all houses there now. So it's there's nothing. There's like, I could have went there and just took a picture of a bunch of houses and said, yeah, this is where the cemetery was. Like, there's no frame of reference. There's nothing there. So I don't do that.
Yeah. Spider was the guy that was homeless that when he got casted.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Sweet. What other locations? What other locations we get?
Well, there was another part there. That's really all I got. I mean, I got the building, and then I got where the cemetery was. But all that stuff happened there. There's parts where they were running through the rain and went through these gates. I got all that stuff, but that's all on the same street.
Right.
The part where Trash and them, where they were all driving down, or I'm sorry, Suicide, when they were all driving down the that street, that's just a industrial. There's nothing like there's no frame of reference to say, oh, like see this mountain or see this. Yeah. It's all different. So like, why bother? You know?
So it wasn't as crazy locations for this movie.
No, and that it's kind of sucks because I love it when I can go find the real places.
Yeah, and have a lot of stuff to show.
Yeah, but still.
But this is a short episode, and it's our finale, so we're just kind of like giving them a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Well, I did get the locations. The only things that is noticeable I got.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely the to me it's the best. And when we were watching the More Brains.
Yeah.
Like obviously they didn't have like a huge budget for it. Now part 2 they had obviously a better budget. Part 2 was, we'll get into that in a second. I'll talk about that for a second.
That was.
But my favorite part about the More Brains documentary is they talk about when Bill Munns, he was originally doing the body. Okay, so the cadaver that was hanging there. So when he comes out, they, you know the story. When it comes running out, and then they have to cut his head off and stuff. Yeah. So then they needed a headless corpse running around. Because,
has to be a real person running around.
Yeah. So when Bill Munns originally did it, he just took like this like plastic wrap or something and wrapped it up around someone's shoulders up to their head and painted it yellow, and it was just like,
he's like, here you go.
Yeah. So the people were like, how would you think this is gonna pass on film, So then they had Kenny Myers redo it, and of course it's what you see now, which is decent, it's really good.
Yeah.
So but man, I'll throw the picture up. I don't want to plagiarize the More Brains video, and go by and watch the More Brains video because it's great.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours long, and it's so much info on the movie and just interviews. It's crazy.
I'm sure most people have seen it if they care about this movie.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, it's awesome. It's amazing. Yeah.
Like we just keep watching it over and over again.
It's so great. And
it's cool.
All the cast, they're all on there. Most of them.
It's really cool. But that's a really cool story.
It is.
Yeah.
And then my favorite line out of that, he said, there's never enough money to do it right the first time. He said, but there's always plenty of money to do it the second time.
I like that.
And you've seen me do that.
I like it.
You've seen me reshoot things, and I'll shoot things, and it's just I totally get it. Mm-hmm. Obviously what I do is on a much smaller scale.
Right.
But yeah, you do it one time and you think, I can cut corners, I can get away with, it'll be shot dark, whatever.
Yeah.
No. Then you see it and it's like, I gotta reshoot this. This is no good.
Try to do it right the first time.
But I think they just saw that and we're just like, what the fuck?
Well, they probably assumed it was gonna be done right the first time, and they're like, what?
Yeah. So, and then part 2, they clearly had way more money. I mean, part 2 is a great.
Part 2 was like pretty good, honestly.
It is. I mean,
the sequel.
I never really gave it much of a of a chance. But it's a great story. I mean, if it was a standalone movie, it's great.
Yeah. Like, obviously, well, do we give it away? I'm sure it's old.
I mean,
everybody's alive in part 2, but
the two main guys, from the warehouse.
So,
they
starts out.
Yeah, it's like they start out alive again.
You're like, wait, what?
They're a team again. They say they have a couple of lines that are the same. And it was just like, he's like, hey, watch your tongue if you like this job. He's like this job. That was from the first movie. They did it. And then there's a part later in there when they get sick again, and it's the same thing happens to him, just in a different way. He's like, oh, I don't know what it is. Something I feel like I've been here before,
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I like that.
But part 2 is good, man. The storyline, and then we watched. I've seen them all. Me and you watched 1, 2, and 3. Remember 3 with the girl with the knives in her hands and stuff?
I barely remember 3.
She got killed on the motorcycle wreck, on the military base and all that.
Oh, that was 3?
That was 3.
Oh, then I totally remember 3.
Yeah.
I like 3.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, they're all good. They're just, part 1 is
the one.
Yeah, part 1 is the one that made that name so that they could make all those other ones. And I think I looked it up. All the other ones were shot overseas.
Oh.
Or by an overseas company that just kind of got the rights to the name. So the other, I think the 3, 4, and 5, I think were kind of very similar in the way they're shot. And
damn, I don't remember 4 or 5.
One of them, I've seen them. They're a bit tough to watch.
Yeah, I was like, I should have. They're like the redheaded stepchildren or something.
Yeah. But I love how they kind of had to make do with some of the special effects in this film, and it just works. Sometimes that works. It really, like the butterflies. There's a part where the butterflies are moving, and I always wondered, like, man, that's a lot of shit to do, And the guy said on the More Brains, or maybe I think it was More Brains, he's like, all we did was we just put a fan on these butterflies and it made them move, and it fucking totally works,
That's perfect.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it thinking, man, they had to robotize all these butterflies and stuff, and just little things like that.
Yeah, that gets costly, for sure.
And they were on a time crunch. Like, I know she goes crazy. Like when I'm filming, I'll film all fucking night, and then I'll have to redress a set for the next night of shooting. So I'll be literally, people will be walking in the door, and I'm holding a blow dryer on the walls to dry paint. People are showing up, and I'm still trying to dry paint.
Yeah.
Because I haven't, it's just hard to do it for one person.
Yeah, you're definitely do it yourself.
So like on this movie, and they got a lot of people, but on this movie they had the problem, like the dogs, the split dogs that come alive, or the one split dog that was originally going to be like a full size dog, and they ran out of time, so they had to make it a smaller one.
Oh,
just little things like that. It makes me feel better.
Right, for sure. That a big thing like that can run out of time too.
Fucking how many millions of dollars they had? Probably $8 million.
So their budget was $4 million estimated.
Yeah.
And then opening weekend, it made like $4 million. Or no. Yeah. And then gross USA $14 million estimated.
That's killer, man. I mean, that was probably considered a bit of a dud for the time.
In 85?
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I think nowadays, like, you gotta, I don't know. Anything that makes a profit to me is killer.
Yeah, that's a profit. So that's
Everybody
pretty
got
cool.
to work. All those actors.
$4 million
Yeah.
was the budget on that.
I just made a whole movie for $4,000, and about 4,000 man hours that I did all myself and destroyed our house.
So much time.
Yeah.
So much hard work.
And what can you do?
I can't wait for everyone to see it.
There's a little bit and that's another thing I've worked on, is getting our website ready. So our website, 85grave.com, check that out sometime. There's a section on there that has like the film stuff. I don't want to distract too much by talking about my own shit, but that is kind of part of our thing.
Yeah, I mean, people maybe want to know. So there you go, peeps.
I mean, we love horror, we love retro horror, but we also make retro horror. So we make films that we try to make them that look like they were filmed back in the 70s and 80s. And that's all I'm ever going to do. I don't plan to do anything else. So Hell Nurse was a film that took place in the 70s.
Right.
So it's shot that way. The storyline, the name, the special effects, all that shit.
Yeah.
The voice, the way the audio's done, everything is all very 70s. Just go check out the trailer to see what I'm talking about. But check it out on 85grave.com.
Yeah, check it out. Check out our YouTube. There's always good stuff on there.
Yeah. We're always. I'm trying to cut it down to where I'm just putting the show on there. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I have to throw other things on there.
It's your channel.
Yeah, definitely coming up with the true crime podcast, and like I say, Lauren's already writing the first one. We already know.
Yeah.
No, she's got it. We're gonna probably. I don't know. We've already got like 5 or 6 episodes that we already know we want to do. That'll be a lot easier, a lot quicker, because I know we don't get a lot of content out. So
yeah, we just want to give you guys more stuff.
Yeah.
And we can do that quicker, maybe.
Definitely.
It's not like a full production.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll miss seeing our mugs, who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this season, we were supposed to have some interviews this season, but we never really did it.
Yeah.
But again, if we do interviews, it's not going to be people calling on the phone. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's totally cool. But if we can't get people to come here to the studio, we'll go to them.
Yeah, yeah.
I like having people. I want to see their face and talk to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. That'll be more in season 2.
Yeah.
We're just working everything out.
Especially with the true crime podcast, we have an actual police officer that used to be LAPD that's going to guest with us sometime. A friend of ours named Gary. So,
yeah.
And he knows a lot. He was there for the arrest of Richard Ramirez. I'm not even going to give it away, but he's got pictures and stuff with all these people, and
he's got history.
Yeah, he's got a lot of history. He's a really great guy.
He's amazing.
So
shout out Gary.
Big Gary, yeah. He's gonna be on with us to talk about a lot of that stuff.
Yep. Yeah, season 2, I'm really excited for it.
I am too.
Season 1 was cool, like it was fun, but I'm really just looking forward to 2020 and just like bringing more content for you guys and just keeping it going, having fun.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the stuff we've already filmed for the season 2 is, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Yay. I'm excited. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for sticking with us this whole year.
Yes.
I know we just want to bring you more. That's it.
Yeah. We've already got it. We're already working on it. So enjoy the film locations. Hope we talked enough about the movie.
Yeah. Feel free to hit us up, you guys, for real. Like,
Yeah, shoot us an email. Let us know, especially if you got some true crime podcasts or, stories that you'd like to know about. Oh, man, I want to give it away so bad, the ones that we picked already.
No, don't. Have people tell us.
Yeah.
And we probably didn't talk a lot about the movie, but that's okay.
There's not much to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, like, it happened. Yeah. That's what we did.
Watch the movie. You have to watch the movie.
And More Brains, the documentary.
Definitely More Brains.
Yeah, we kind of just wanted to close it out with a special movie, and that is special.
That is the movie that got us into this. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much.
Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Please check out our website.
Instagram.
Send us messages. Send us hate messages. Send us happy messages, motherfuckers. What was it that shithead said?
What did he say?
He said, this dickhead comes on and says to me, he says, hey, you young dudes don't know about 80, because it was about Razzle. He did it on the Razzle video. He said, you young guys, you don't know nothing about 80s rock. You just try to, you just get tattoos on your face and you think you know about 80s rock, but you don't know nothing about rock. You don't know nothing about music. And,
what do tattoos on your face mean anything?
I don't know, but this motherfucker doesn't know shit about me, obviously, because how many times have I toured the whole world playing this rock that I don't know nothing about, playing this music? I mean, 30 times?
Just a troll. Just a typical troll.
I mean, not only that, but I grew up in the 80s. I would listen to all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about everything from the butt rock bands, Poison, Cinderella, fucking Motley Crue, Iron Maiden, just all the Slayer stuff, all the punk rock shit. Like, we're not here because fucking we just found this shit out last week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We should have shouted him out, his handle or whatever.
But he doesn't have a real account. People that talk shit like that don't have a real account.
Right.
And then he's like, here, we're in Finland. Here in Finland, you can't walk around like that, looking like that, because you'll get beat up. I was, motherfucker, like, you know how much time I've spent in Finland?
You love Finland, yeah.
That's my favorite place. Nobody would ever dare to say something to me in person like that. I'll slap the shit out of them. I don't care who it is.
You should have...
Tara?
Yeah. Have him go pay him a visit or something.
Nah, man.
Knock on his door.
People like that freak the fuck out when they see you in person. But
I'm just an instigator, as you can see.
But it's fun. It's all fun, man. Send us the hate messages. It's all good.
Yeah, we read all the comments, you guys. So
we read them all. So
it's fun. We love it. So,
yeah. But I have yet to have to track down somebody's address from comments. So
right.
It's all good.
It's going good. It's going great.
Yeah.
What more can we ask for?
Right? Yeah, I guess we're just glad that people care at all, even if it's just to talk shit.
Exactly. If they're on there talking shit, they care.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you do it from an account that has no content, nothing on it, that's a compliment to me. That tells me you're a scared little person.
Bitch.
But no, those are fun. Like I'm playing around tough guy, but for real, it is fun. We love the banter. We love the attention. You know, it's all good. But make no mistake about it. We're not fucking. We're not people that just do this because we think it's it's a new cool thing. I grew up on this shit. We make horror films. I tour the world playing music. I know I've toured with any band that I ever talk about. Believe me, I've at least played a festival with them. And that includes Motley Crue. That includes any of them. I've at least shared a stage with them. I promise. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, not that really matters, but if that's what people think, because I know what they think. They think like, well, I'm not nearly as young as that guy must think I am, but I know they probably look at me and think like,
you
like
look like
these little SoundCloud rappers and shit, with the face tattoos. That's not us at all. We live the shit.
Yeah, and I don't even have face tattoos, so
yeah, right.
Not yet. The night is young.
The night is young.
So there's that.
Got some needles and India ink in there.
Yeah, I'm down to get some face tattoos because I know people already think like, oh, you guys have too many tattoos. That's been in a lot of condos. Sorry, what's on my brain?
Yeah, selling houses.
It's been in a lot of comments about our tattoos. It's like, can you guys have any more tattoos? It's like, well, yeah.
How are those going to look when you're old?
Like badass.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
It's funny. I mean, we're used to that shit, but it does get funny.
It's all good. If that's all you got to say, fuck it. Say it anyway, man, because it's still fun,
Love it. Love you guys.
Thanks, even the haters, man. Thank you for listening to our shit, checking us out, saying what you got to say to us. People that have messaged us. Oh, man, and I forgot to mention all the cool-ass people that we've met this year.
The Clarences.
The Clarences
are
what's up. And we got to go on Welcome to Bad Town podcast twice. We were a guest.
That was so fun.
That was the coolest thing. They did a Halloween special for us last year, I think. And then I think it was a Halloween special. And then this year we was on it just a couple months ago.
Yeah, you were on it alone the first time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then we got mentioned by Crypt magazine, website, whenever they talked about Hell Nurse. It was just awesome.
Hell yes.
The dudes from Guts podcast.
Yes.
G.U.T.S. S.
Yeah. That's a cool ass podcast.
They're just cool ass dudes too, but man, they got some good
that interview the other night.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like a brand new episode, but or maybe we went back.
Yeah, I'm like starting with like one. Yeah. I'm just kind of listening to them all. But that was I forgot his name already.
Art from the Terrifier. But you mean the guy's real name?
Yeah, I forgot his real name, but the guy that played Art the Clown in Terrifier.
Yeah.
It was a great interview, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys should check that movie out too, because I loved it. I loved it.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
A great movie. So,
but yeah, it's been cool. We've met a lot of cool people for sure. Man, it's been crazy.
Like when we started this, when we conceptualized it for months. We're gonna do this, we're gonna build this, we're gonna do that. Then that first day we got on the microphone, we looked at each other like, fuck, what are we gonna do?
Right?
Yeah, now it's like, I don't know, it's just it flowed out really cool, and we got some. I was worried about the negative comments and the negative, but man, it's been mostly positive, man. And we got into this. I really got into this because I want to network with other people who love this kind of stuff. That's really it.
Yeah, and it's happening.
It's happening. So the Clarences, the Guts people. There's like 100 other people, man. Yep. I can't even name them all. So we've met a lot of great people. People that want to do dual podcasts with us. Yep. We'll do. Like, fuck it, man. The one guys want to go and do like a Bigfoot hunt. I'm down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah. Just hit us up. This is what we're doing this for. Is to meet other horror geeks.
Like-minded.
Exactly.
People.
That's what we're here for. So we got nothing to sell. We got nothing to promote. We just want to be around people who love this shit like we do.
Yeah.
So right
on.
Hell
yes.
I think that was everything I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah. So
nice little finale.
Yeah, season 1 is done, man. It's a year we've been doing this. And
it's a wrap.
So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we will see you again After January 1st.
After, in 2020. Yeah. See you in 2020.
Yeah.
That just happened.
Right.
All right, you guys.
All right.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Have a good one. Oh my god, on Anchorman? Yeah. Where they're like, oh my god, you should do that. Yeah, that'd be so good.
It looks like we're sort of talking and stuff.
Yeah, and be like,
yeah. You have too much.
Remember when Junkyard jumped on my lap for that one episode?